People, welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now, today I'm going to talk about something that, to be honest, even I was shocked, right? Even somebody who constantly is in the news, looking at the numbers, looking at the facts, even me get catch off guard with this one, people. It turns out, on paper, that Jamaica is actually becoming much better when it comes on to crime. Let me emphasize, this is on paper. This is not how the public feels. This is not what we see around us. And even the numbers, even though they are in increase, crime itself has decreased, the numbers are still way too high for a country the size of Jamaica. But from a factual standpoint, the last decade, crime in Jamaica, and this is a major crime, right? So we're not talking about petty crime, we're talking about major crimes, has actually dropped less or dropped more than 50%. Can't believe that, people? So that's from 2010 until 2019, where it's gone. See, in 2010, the period leading up to 2010, there were over 12,000 major crimes in Jamaica annually. And now, by the time you get to 2019, this has been cut down to under 6,000. So I thought to myself, first of all, what exactly do they mean by major crime? Obviously, murders are going into that, but then I'm thinking to myself, okay, well maybe them are lumping some other things and them not adding some things to make the numbers look good, because it certainly don't feel like crime has dropped more than 50% in Jamaica, major crimes that is. So then I thought to myself, you know what I'm going to do? Let me run back the numbers again, because people may remember a video I did a long time ago where I looked at Jamaica's numbers from about 1980, right? Come straight up. People, I'm going to run back those numbers again, and then I'm going to tell you why it feels as if crime, or even last year when we had over 1,300 murders, why it seems as if Jamaica is like totally on the verge of destruction, when in reality, as far back as early 2000s, Jamaica was doing much worse when it comes down to crime, but we weren't really hearing people talk about it. Then I'm going to tell you why it feels worse now than the numbers actually back up, and why back then people never even realized what going on in the country. But first, let's look at the numbers, people. And I want you to look at your screen right now. People, when people talk about crime, the general rhetoric you hear is that one party no good at managing crime and the other one is better at it. That's what you hear. One of, in my opinion, Andrew Holness's biggest failure as Prime Minister has been crime. The reason why this is Andrew Holness's biggest failure is because him did enough of himself and come tell people say them are working and sleep with them door and them window open. See, if he had come in as Prime Minister and say, people, this crime situation is sticky and I'm going to do the very best I can, right? Then you'd have to say, okay, him get it bad and him have to work on it. But because him did enough of himself and come tell people so them can sleep with them window open, that is why him deserve all the criticisms him get when it comes on to crime. Too enough, right? But let me go back further, because I'm going to show you how perception becomes reality. When people talk about crime, you notice you never really hear certain prime minister's name get called when it comes on to being a failure. When you realize that? People, check the numbers. Make we go back to the year, right? 2005. People, you know how, matter of fact, let's go back 1 year before that. 2004. People, you know how many Jamaicans got murdered in 2004? Which is what, 16 years ago? 1,471. 1,471. This is in 2004. Do you remember who was the Prime Minister in 2004? That's right, Percival James Patterson. 1,471. The next year, which was PJ's last year in office, people, guess how much people got murdered in Jamaica? 1,674. Almost 1,700 people. So last year, which to me and to most of us felt like the country was moonwalking straight to hell when we had just about 1,300. You're telling me that all the way back in 2005, there were over 1,600 Jamaicans, almost 1,700 Jamaicans get lit down? Now, here's the other question. Do you remember in 2005 feeling like how you felt last year? I could give you some more numbers and I'm going to go into why it feel like that. Why last year and the year before feel like Jamaica suddenly just get overwhelmed with crime. Let's move to the year 2007. 1,574. 1,574. At the time, the Prime Minister was Portia Simpson Miller. She ended up coming out of office at the end of the year, around about September, I think, and Bruce Golding came in from September onwards, right? Now, we could go again. 2008, right? Now, Bruce in power, right? He get the entire year. 1,601. So from 1,574, it went up to 1,601. 1,600 now, people. Can you imagine if 1,300 feels so bad last year? Can you imagine what 1,600 left feel like? Oh, it gets even worse. The following year, 2009, it went up to 1,680 people. 1,680 people in 2009. Again, do you remember in 2009 feeling like said the country I go straight to hell? Do you remember in 2009 people said, boy, we can't believe how the country mash up? No, what people tell you all the time? Boy, 5-10 years ago the place did nice. Look how the place did nice way back in the early 2000s. Guess what? The numbers suggest otherwise. The numbers, just like Oprah Murray, them said the DNA results proves you are not the father. Guess what? The DNA results prove that the myth that Jamaica did nice 10-20 years ago is a complete lie. Because 10-20 years ago, Jamaica averaged 1,600-1,500 murders every single year. Okay? Now, the only time things look good, like say, we have got dip below the 1,000 mark, was in the year 2014, when we had 1,005. Can you imagine that, people? Can you imagine if we did get a 1,005 last year? Or even dipping under 1,000, that would be huge success. But guess what? 2014, 1,005. So you're thinking, okay, so now we're trending downwards. The year after that, we will go under 1,000. Nope. The following year, it skyrocketed right back up to 1,192. So this is what I was saying in my Adams video. You can't look upon a one good year and say progress make. In order for you to know if a strategy is working, you need to look at it over multiple years. You can't just use one good month or one good year, right? And let me see, 2014, who was the Prime Minister in 2014? That was Portia Simpson Miller, right? So Portia Simpson Miller has the title of delivering the lowest year in the past 20 years, right? But again, clearly it was a fluke, right? Because the following year it skyrocketed back up to 1192, and then by 2016 it went back up to 1350, right? And this is where that was the year when she changed, the government changed back over from Portia to Andrew Holness, and Andrew Holness has been in office since then, right? So people, I'm going to tell you why last year and the year before, or even why it seems like since Andrew Holness coming on power, crime in Jamaica does skyrocket and the place does smash up. Again, let me emphasize, Andrew Holness deserves all the criticisms he gets for crime, because at him they go tell people so they can let them do a whooping. But here's the facts. Long before Andrew Holness, and even Portia Simpson Miller, Jamaica was having 1,500 and 1,600 murders a year. The reason why it feel like Jamaica is much worse nowadays is because of one thing: social media. Access to information is much greater now than it was in 2004. That's it. The reason why it feels so bad now is because almost every single murder going on in Jamaica, we hear about it. Way back in 2004, you used to only hear about the major events. When you turn on your TV, the news used to only report the major events. They look at one man here, one man here, two man there, them never used to make news. But now that we have Loop and Observe and all these people have upgraded them system, they're more aware of everything while going on, something happen at Clarendon, Manchester, Trinidad, no matter where they. Everybody know. Now you have people like, now you have channels like Politics Watch, right? Now you have people like myself. So now the people are more tuned in to what is going on in Jamaica. People are more aware as to what is going on in Jamaica, and that is a good thing. That is a good thing now, people. Yes, any information was available now, like what it was back in 2004, right? Because I'd say that was the year when things really get sticky, because 2003 was 975. If information was available to the people from when PJ Patterson was Prime Minister and the numbers they start to jump up, things would have gotten better, because people would have balled and pressured the government from them time there. Because them time there, no Jamaicans never realized just how much people get lit down in the country. Them time there wasn't the outcry for crime like there is now, because a lot of people simply did not know. People never have Instagram and WhatsApp to send one link. Yo, look on a video, check that story. That wasn't around back then. So social media and access to information is making government come under more pressure, right? And it is forcing them to take crime more seriously. Social media has a lot of disadvantages and a lot of things that we can criticize it for, but this is not one of them. This is one of the best parts of social media. This is why Andrew Holness government and all future governments are going to come under increased scrutiny, and people are going to demand more and more of them because they have more access to information, right? I only wish this is the people. I wish this was around from Siaga and Manley days. Can you imagine if you did have a channel like Politics Watch, if you did have the Loop and all these people, if you did have somebody like imagine Muta Baruka or Moti Perkins and them and with a YouTube channel back in the 70s, where we actually have all the information and all the things at our fingertips. Can you imagine how Jamaica could have been different? Because a lot of the things that happened back then, the reason why them could have get away with it and it could have slide is because, as I said, enough people were just not aware. People, there you go. Right, so as I said, from this point on, things will just get worse and worse for politicians, because information there, and the people them don't have to rely upon TVJ and CVM alone, right? Them don't have to put them radar them ears and hope say the battery not dead, otherwise them now got here. Information is like bam bam bam, just like that, right? Of course there are a few downsides to that, right? But overall, I love the fact that we can now put government under pressure, right? So there you go, people. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment and share the video. Bless.